What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are rebuilding the Arizona Cardinals. So we're just going to go ahead and simulate to resign period, resign a couple players, and then go on from there. Alright, so as we are in the resign here, we're just going to go ahead and not franchise tag any of these players. It's not worth it. Here we are next week. We're just going to go ahead. CPU is just going to do all that while we make the trades. This time around, I'm just trying something different and everything for this first video of the Cardinals rebuild. Alright, so now that we're in the draft and everything, we're just going to go ahead and make one trade and then get into the draft here. So we are sitting at pick 3 here. We're probably going to be looking for a QB. Just going to go ahead. Maybe not a QB. Maybe we're just going to go ahead and look for someone here. Kind of just trade away and see how it goes. I think we're going to go ahead and build up the O-line a little bit here, and we get a third-round pick back with the Titans there. So as we picked up another pick here, or we picked up a third of next year, who's our next year, we're just going to go ahead and trade away Jalen Coker. As we're trading away Jalen Coker, we're just going to go ahead and try to find like someone who's pretty cheap but still is a very reliable option, like Brian Thomas Jr. here. Could probably get away with a fourth and should be good there for our wide receiver core. Maybe like a two fifth-round picks instead, and then a seventh this year. Maybe just fourth there. All right, so there we go. We got Brian Thomas Jr. there. So we're just going to go ahead and start the NFL draft. So as is our pick here, Jets took Arvell from Fernando Mendoza, went first overall as expected. Just going to go ahead. I think what we really need here, as we look at the lineup, what we really need is probably boost our right tackle maybe. We do have wide receivers, got tight end. Do probably need an edge instead of this here, or D tackle. Do need corner. Corner and safety is probably our needs. I think we go ahead and take, with our pick here, David Bailey. Let's go ahead and draft David Bailey there. And then with our second round pick here, did take David Bailey. I'm going to go ahead and pick pick up Jordan Tyson. So pick up Jordan Tyson there. Pretty solid pickup there. And then the fourth round pick here. We're looking for corner. Gonna go ahead and take the dude out of Ohio State, Davidson Igbuson. Igbuson, I think is his last name. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead, skip the rest of the draft, just send the season and see how we do, and then go on from there. So yeah, so just gonna go ahead, draft recap here. We drafted David Bailey, Jordan Tyson, Davison Igboson, and then our CPU did draft Jamari Taylor out of Virginia, and Dalen Bentley out of Utah. Those are our picks there. Gonna go ahead and send to next week here. So as we send next week, we're just gonna give you a rundown of the team, and then make another trade, and then go on from there. So as the teams look, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., and Jordan Tyson are our wide receivers, along with Trey McBride at tight end, Peter Froholt, I don't know how to say his last name, at our center, and then Paris Johnson at the left tackle. Our edges is David Bailey, Josh Sweat, BJ Aluja-Arley. D tackle is Walter Nolan. Corners are Sean Murphy Burnton, Will Johnson, Garrett Williams, and then Demerson and Buda Baker are our safeties. They were going to go ahead trade Buda and everything. So yeah, that's our team there. Just going to go ahead and trade Buda away and go on. I'm going to go ahead, try get maybe Kobe Turner in first and third for Buda here. Kobe Turner upgrades our D tackle a lot, and maybe like a replacement. We'll just get a replacement safety in the draft. Maybe they'll give us like for more depth at corner here, give us Emmanuel Forbes. Maybe we just add one out of third round picks we got, and then they add Forbes. So they do like that. Just gonna go ahead and add that seventh round pick. Okay, we're just gonna do a sixth round. Wow, okay, so they're really picky. So just gonna do the third and fifth round here. Okay, so it has to be a fourth round. We're okay with giving that up. And there we have it. We have first Emmanuel Forbes and Kobe Turner. We just trade away Buda Baker, a third this year and a fourth this year as well. But we gain a first back, so that's really good for us. I'm gonna go ahead send to the regular season here. All right, so here we are, week one here with Cardinals. I'm going to give you a full team rundown after that trade. And then after that, we're just going to start some into mid-season, look at some stats there, and then go ahead and some to the playoffs as well. So at QB, Jacoby Brissett, wide receivers, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., Jordan Tyson, running backs are Trey Benson, James Conner, Paris Johnson, Peter, this dude at center. Right side on the offensive line is questionable. Probably will address that next offseason here. And then tight end is Trey McBride there. As for the defense, our two D tackles, Kobe Turner, Walter Nolan. Edges are Josh Sweat, David Bailey. So yeah, good overall there. Our safeties, we're just going to go ahead and probably have Will Johnson, Crawford there. And then our corners are looking okay there as well, with Sean Murphy, Burlington, Garrett Williams, Manuel Forbes, Davidson, our rookie there. So yeah, overall, I think it's a really solid team for the first year here, and then let's go ahead and sim to midseason. All right, so here we are at the midseason. We are 3-4, so we didn't match the wins of last year. Just gonna go ahead, see some stats here, and then go on from there. So passing the ball, 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Not ideal, but we are winning games. He only got sacked 14 times. It's pretty good. Keeps him off his back and everything there. Running the ball wise, James Conner is averaging a pretty good amount of yards per carry. Trey Benson could do a little bit better, but he seems to have a short yardage player more than James Conner there, especially in a red zone. Everyone's above 300 yards receiving wise with Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Brian Thomas Jr. Uh, Jordan Tyson's just not getting in a whole bunch. I don't think, yeah, he got an N41 plays, didn't do anything with it. So hopefully he does that this later half of the season. Hopefully he wins us some games as well. And then on the defensive side here, we are getting after the quarterback with our newest addition, Kobe Turner, with 6.5 to start the first half season there. That's pretty good. Our David Bailey, four tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks there. Do want to see a little bit more out of him, but with our third in sacks, that's pretty well, considering he's like our third best defensive player outside of Josh Sweat and Kobe Turner there. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead after we showed you those stats there. Just gonna go ahead, send to the playoffs, and go on from there. All right, so we did miss playoffs. 6-11 record, better than last year for sure. Just gonna go ahead, look at some stats here, and then end it there. And then that's where we'll pick off for our next video. Just gonna not sim, but do the off season with y'all. Make a little bit more trades, and end the draft as well with another 2 seasons we're gonna do, and everything next video as well. So as we're looking at the stats here, 4,000 passing yards, 19 touchdowns, 20 interceptions. So he did dip off a little bit there, only producing a 9 and 13 ratio. Not what you want from a quarterback and everything. Running the ball, same thing. Took another dip there. Wide receiver wise, Michael Wilson was the surprising person there, as he went on for 1,230 yards and 4 touchdowns. Brian Thomas Jr. made a pretty good presence there. Same with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride there. Didn't get anything out of Jordan Tyson. I'm probably going to trade away Michael Wilson, considering that he should get a dev. So I'm considering trading him. That way it gives Jordan Tyson a chance to be involved in that offense and everything there. Just a little bit crowded wide receiver room. So as we go on to the sacks here, Kobe Turner finished with 14 and a half. Really good year out of him. I think that trade really paid off for us. David Bailey had 10 and a half. He produced 8 sacks in, 9 games that he had. That's really good for him from our first rounder. And then Josh Sweat finished with 10 and a half as well, with Walter Nolan adding another 4 there. Interception-wise, Will Johnson had 3, Garrett Williams had 2, Crawford had 2, Xavier Woods had 1. So, yeah, overall, pretty good there. I don't think anyone got a touchdown out of it. Did have 3 forced fumbles from people. Yeah, I don't think anyone scored a touchdown on defense as well. Kicking-wise, did miss an extra point. Did miss 3 field goals, but all 3 of them were blocks, so makes up for it from that. Did punt a lot. Had 14 kick returns overall. They're pretty average on the average kick returns. But yeah, it's not what you really want from your kicking game as well. So yeah, that is it for the first Cardinals rebuild video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Peace.